nope. Don't hide them R&B braids. This is the segment for it. I thought you were taking off the hat. I was like, that's mad appropriate.
Oh
And matter
my
of fact,
god.
while we're here, hold up, man. Sorry, listeners. I gotta confront my brother about something real quick. Did I not see a upcoming playlist where my man was getting where you was getting your hair braided as the cover art?
He
I know that
said,
sounds
nah,
crazy.
nah. Don't have them R&B braids down. There's a section for it.
Yo, what? Confirm from me I'm not tripping, right? There's an image of you.
You see, this is why I didn't want to get braids. Because, first of all, take that Trey Songz picture down. We don't support
Nah, you
no
did it
Trey
to
Songz
yourself.
here.
You did it
There's
to you.
many niggas with braids that are not Trey Songz.
Okay, but how many of those dudes get a picture of somebody doing the braids and then line that up as the cover art for upcoming musical projects? Yes, the power of technology. We'll talk about the power of technology. Hassan is demonstrating right now.
Oh my goodness.
This is a braid intervention.
Oh no, my braid's too tight.
Just the right amount of type, I think, to listen to the project that we listened to this week. Daniel Caesar, Never Enough, following up a slew of R&B rec and reviews. Masego, Black. We've done a couple the last few weeks, and I got a hunch that this might be my brother's favorite. Am I correct?
Look, dude, there's no secret. I'm Uncle Jams. It is I. Um, yes, I did create a playlist with me on the cover getting my hair braided. Yes, that you did see that. That was true.
Good. I
Just
wanted
because,
that recorded for the record. I just wanted
uh,
that.
hey, that album
Stenographer.
covers that album. That album covers hard, man. I'm gonna send that to the group right now. I'm gonna ask my brother to go ahead and share it, man. I do want to appreciate Mimi, who is so kind in being able to give me this protective style. First of all, I will not get shamed over my natural hair journey. I refuse. I refuse to get shamed over my natural hair journey. Us 4C community, I don't know if you know anything about that. We stick together, you know. Um,
For those who don't know, 4C is just your curl pattern. Go ahead and Google different curl patterns. It ain't that deep. I'm 4C too. I'm part of the 4C community. But that is
you're
important.
not 4C. You're
I
not
I
4C.
am. I am. You should know you get to know your curl pattern. That is important for hair care. I'm glad that
You're
the
not
people can get
tougher
something out
than
of it.
Nigerian hair, bro. Come on, Miles. You for you 4A, baby.
You tripping. And I was gonna follow up the line that comes after that, but I can't. Yep. Yeah.
No.
Can't can't do
No.
it.
Getting into this album, man. The issue with the Black album that I had last week when we came in, we spoke about it. I was saying, as a man who is in love. What's up, baby?
Well,
Shout out to my boo. Shout out to my boo thing.
it's funny.
Why are you laughing at me shouting out my boo thing? What's up with that, bro?
Nah, it's beautiful. It's just oh, dudes get braids and start doing stuff like this with the slow point at the camera, looking like one of the Temptations.
Look, I'm channeling my inner D'Angelo. Okay, that's really who I see myself as.
You
Okay,
are, yeah,
I am. I
yes,
am.
yes. Yo, I'm sorry, yo. If you are listening to this on Spotify, if you are listening to this on Apple Music, if you are listening to this on Stitcher or wherever great audio shows like this could be found, you need to hit pause right now, jump to the YouTube so that you can see what's on the screen, man. This is
It's
premium
hard.
content. Yeah. Yeah. But
Record
I'm glad you
reviews way
embrace
long distance.
it.
One of these days, we do need to come review my playlist because I personally feel like I have some of the best R&B playlists in the game. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Nah, you've heard me go on my brother for like 5 straight minutes on this segment. I cannot deny that the playlists are fire. Y'all need to go check those out. Get your R&B on. You will not regret it.
Yep, long distance, the latest playlist out of the Uncle Jam series coming in soon. This is my boy, man. Hey, I told you, I'm a man. I'm in his fields. So 100% you got some love songs coming through on there. And Daniel Caesar is definitely gonna be on that. Who's not gonna be on that might be Black, but why I'm gonna keep Daniel Caesar on there is because it's like Daniel Caesar has had a, a very strong intro album that came out, right? He had Freudian that came out, right? And it was his breakout album. He had been putting out incredible music before that, that we really did appreciate. But personally, to me, Daniel Caesar was always one of the best R&B artists that were out there. Stronger than your Anderson Paaks because he's a purist in his R&B approach. Stronger than a lot of these other dudes because like he's true to the game. Working with your Brandies, the chord structure. This dude is contemporary R&B. Freudian was an incredible success. One of the best R&B albums you can ever listen to. If you like that type of music, listen to that. And then he said some very. He got canceled. Got himself. He went on and got himself canceled.
Yeah, he I don't even know how to describe. Like he just put his foot in his mouth. I don't know if there's a better way to say it than that, right? Situation didn't have nothing to do with them. Threw some comments out there that were not well received. But he has since apologized. You know what I'm saying? He went on the apology tour. Shout out to Nadeska. You know, he went on Nadeska's show and said he was sorry, said that he's learned, he's grown, he's a different person. And I'm glad he did that. The apology seemed genuine and definitely allowed me to listen to this album without any type of sense of being like, isn't this the dude who? I'm down to give him a blank slate based on that. Young man growing up and incredibly talented. So
I never held that against him because once he dropped Case Study '01, I was also a fan of that too. The music was too good for me to 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 hold that against him. But he took a
oh, that's a
3 year
slippery
break from.
slope.
No,
The music, if the music's good enough, you can forgive anything somebody did.
my notes are telling me no, but my review, my review is telling me yes. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Miles still listens to R. Kelly, so I've
What?
been.
Yo,
I'm not
nah,
gonna sit here and take
that's
that from
false.
somebody who still listens to R. Kelly. I refuse.
Nah, that's slander, libel, misinformation, disinformation. Um, I wish I could still listen to R. Kelly, but I can't. Like, there's
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
a bit tough.
It's great. There is really great music that man made, but the subject matter of the music is too close to the subject of his nasty behavior. So I can't listen to R. Kelly, unfortunately. Thankfully,
Listen,
that's not the case with Daniel Caesar. It was a much more petty offense and way of being offensive. And the talent level, I think, in this case, right? Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be a talent versus what you did thing. He apologized. It was a small thing in the first place. Music's really good.
too good, too good. You see, like even Brent Fayez's album that came out last year, like everyone was celebrating toxic, right? But it was all a bit shallow in its toxic nature because a lot of those albums were projecting a toxic machismo to it. And they never really got like vulnerable, right? The toxic appeal, like role model, and all these songs that we enjoy from your Brent Fayez and whatnot. And your Giveon, they were toxic because they satisfied the ego element of toxic of our toxic projections of ourselves as men, right? As niggas. But this album from the singles, I was always saying this is real toxic stuff, and it's not because it's very sneakily toxic because he's saying game that you would be running on somebody if you are game that he has. Let me just read some of the lyrics, Miles, and you can confirm or deny whether you said these things, and which I believe you have. No offense. Um, he from Who Hurt You, right? Album, just the line alone. Who hurt you? You know what I'm saying? Let me not go because I just read the lyrics. They've been scandalous. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. But
I was waiting on it. I'm like, what? Where's it going?
nah, but like a lot of the songs that he had dropped, the singles that came out, man, they were really really good. And just the there's a thing about being like going back to the toxic thing because that's a popular thing in R&B, but he is so very honest and vulnerable. Like, don't lean on me. I'm unstable. Like, what I mean? Telling someone not to lean on you because you're unstable is such a smart way of being like, leave me alone. Leave me alone, And that's the sort of intelligent writing that he brings into this, man. And I really, really enjoyed this album a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. It was interesting because Daniel Caesar's never been my favorite R&B act, especially male R&B act. Um, and putting this on, I got through the whole first listen very easily, but didn't feel like I heard much that he said. Right? It was a vibe.
What you mean by that?
Yeah, it's hard to describe, man. Like, and even with Freudian, his first album, I feel like a lot of times when I put on his music, the way it's produced, the vocals and the way that they complement the production, the drums, the instrumentation, is very easy to just to listen and to not feel like the lyrics necessarily stand out. At least for me on first listen. I got about 8 tracks in and I was like, I don't think I've heard one thing that he's actually said, but I've been enjoying my listen. And I don't really know what to do with that. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative thing, but I get through the album the first time, I'm like, cool, let me run it back and try and listen to the lyrics. And I mean it's very good. Some of it's very relatable, but I think what I appreciate most about Daniel Caesar is it feels like he's having fun making these records, right? Even the sadder records, even the records that are a bit more slow, still have the energy of somebody who is giving their all, but not necessarily like in a forced way. It doesn't feel like he's reaching for hits. It doesn't feel like he's trying to copy a certain sound. It just sounds like somebody who's very comfortable in the studio, very comfortable with their own vocal abilities, and is just allowing that to pour out, and allowing that to also be balanced with the production. Right? It's not that the production stands out. I came up listening to R&B that was produced by Timbaland, um, right? That was produced by Jermaine Dupri, right? So a lot of times the production would overshadow even some megastars in terms of voices and writing ability. This everything is comes together super cohesively, makes for a very easy listen. Uh, to your point about toxicity, one song that did make my ears perk up lyrically was "Homosexual." That's a that's a
That's a
jam.
that's a that's a slapper
That's a
on the
jam
playlist.
for sure, for sure. So I was pleasantly surprised by this. This project definitely took somebody who I've always thought of as making good music, but me not being their target audience into somebody that I will check for more often in the future.
So when you say like the lyrics aren't connect, it's they're easy to at least wash over you, right? The point where I disagree with that a bit is just that I think the last album Freudian was such a beautiful, pretty album. It's a beautiful album, and it's love in an innocent nature, and the chord structures are very it's a sweet love. It's a sweet love. Case Study or One is a bit more rough than that, and I think this is the growth and evolution of that. You're seeing somebody who's a lot of these dudes are going to therapy. Awesome, awesome. A lot of these dudes are going through therapy, and you can hear it in what it is that they're saying, right? Even like a track like "Cool." "Cool" is such an interesting song because I've said things to myself like what he's saying in "Cool." Try the best to keep your composure. Don't give up all your smiles. Push away, and it'll come closer. Don't try and be too cool. Like you get too excited sometimes. Like these are all like things that I can relate to. Even the Valentina song. You know what I'm saying? Uh, skip over why, but like this Toronto 2014, homosexual, all of these songs I think like are somebody that has gone through a lot of things and is then able to become a better version of themselves and be very self-reflective. So in this, it's still toxic. There's some toxic stuff sprinkled in it, but Vince Van Gogh, Do You Like Me? A lot of there's some beautiful stuff. Valentino Ocho Rios is it's all very pretty stuff, man. Like it's so balanced. And this is the type of R&B that I enjoy the most. So me personally, I'm a huge fan, huge fan of this album. I listened to it on my way here. I'm gonna keep running it through. It seems like an album that's gonna keep getting better for me the more that I listen to it. One of my favorite R&B albums to come out so far. Um, happy customer.
Man, you heard it here first, man. Zway is our resident R&B expert. He puts the stamp on it. And you know, if as a hip hop head through and through, this is also an easy listen for me. I think that says a lot about this really good project in terms of growth for Daniel Caesar. So I'm down to slap a 4 out of 5 on this joint. 4, 4 it is.
4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, man.
And if you're looking for something similar, I would actually recommend Fabos Aquarius. If you haven't checked that out, that's a good companion album to this one. Um, Zway, any recommendations for the people?
Givion's first album is really good as well. What I've been listening to. Hey man, I recommend that you go to Uncle Jams on Apple Music. Follow me over there, bro. There's all the dope R&B you need is right there.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, man. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to our boy Hassan. That's gonna do it for Record Review. We're gonna get up out of here.